friends, welcome or welcome back to Get Ready with America. My name is SJ, and this month I'm getting you ready for next year's elections state by state. This video will be discussing New York, and I'm not sure if you knew that there's a governor's race there this year. Surely hasn't been national news. My eye look will be inspired by my first true love that is struggling again these days, Broadway, with an homage to one of the formative shows of my teen years, Wicked, which the book is also partially formative for my politics, minus becoming an eco-terrorist. If you want to watch any other 2022 state preview videos, I'll have my Votemas playlist linked below, where you'll also find links to more info about the elections in New York. Standard disclaimer, this video was filmed and posted in December 2021. I hope that the vast majority of the information I'm sharing will still be relevant whenever you're watching this up to the state's primary date, but most candidate filing deadlines are far off, and some states haven't finished redistricting, so something in this video could be outdated at this point. Check the state government links in the description box for the most up-to-date information. Let's get into it. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is going for a fifth term in the U.S. Senate. No one seems to think he won't win it. It's more his status as majority leader that's in question, so we'll move on. New York is losing a House district, so there will be 26 seats up for election next year. 3 sitting members are not running for re-election to Congress. 2 are running for governor, and 1 is retiring after he was accused of sexually assaulting a lobbyist earlier this year, and he hasn't really denied it. The Redistricting Commission is set to vote on a map on January 3rd, so we'll know who will be pitted against each other to keep their seat. I don't know if you've heard anything about the governor of New York in the last couple years, but I'll let you Google it if you need to get caught up. Democrat Kathy Hochul will be running for a first full term after taking over in August when human dumpster fire Andrew Cuomo was finally convinced by someone to leave office. I'd like to think his father pulled a Jacob Marley and visited him in his sleep. Challenging Hochul in the primary is 3rd District Rep Tom Suozzi and New York City Public Advocate Jermaine Williams, who represents the progressive end of the party. And apparently, outgoing NYC Mayor Bill de Blasio filed paperwork to run, but we'll see if that amounts to anything. I'll let you insert your own 2020 presidential campaign quip here. Hochul is doing very well in the polls, probably because she's competent and made a pretty seamless transition amid chaos. But polling hasn't been conducted since another very influential progressive that I'll mention in a minute dropped out, so I'll be curious to see the numbers next month. On the Republican side, 1st District Rep Lee Zeldin is evidently the presumed nominee for both the GOP and Conservative Party, according to their state chairs. I love when party chairs decide things for their members without, voting. Lest we forget, former special assistant to the president, Andrew Giuliani, is running, along with 2014 nominee Rob Astorino and a couple others. Democratic Attorney General Letitia James was originally going to run for governor, but it appears as though all of the lawsuits she threw at Trump stuck to his wig glue. So she's running for re-election to the AG's office to finish that work. Dan Goldman, a former assistant U.S. attorney who was lead prosecutor on the first Trump impeachment trial, and Zephyr Teachout, a law professor and progressive activist who ran for the office in 2018, were set to have a pretty good primary tussle, but both withdrew and endorsed James instead. Where she made her own race less interesting, her exit from the gubernatorial race might give Williams a bump since they share a voter base. The entire legislature is up for re-election this year, where Democrats have had a majority in the Assembly for almost 50 years. They only just took the majority in the Senate in 2018. Since they have control of the redistricting process, they could be creating a safe scenario for themselves, but this fall's elections, specifically out on Long Island, could be a bad sign for them. New York's primary is on June 28th, and the deadline to register to vote is June 8th. Those convicted of a felony can re-register upon release from incarceration. New York City and Buffalo/Erie County did early voting this past year, but I'm unsure on the plan for 2020 since the New York State Board of Elections has not updated their website. I do know that you need an excuse to get an absentee ballot since voters struck down the ballot question that would have made mail-in voting accessible to everyone always. Womp. And that's the look. Please be sure to check the description box for the playlist of all my Votemas videos, as well as links to learn more about voting in New York. I'll be covering all 50 states and DC going into the new year, so check the playlist or stay tuned to learn about your state. Please help the channel, the algorithm, and democracy by liking this video right down there and leaving a comment with who you would have cast as Glinda and Elphaba in the Wicked movie. Subscribe to the channel so the next Votemas video shows up right in your feed. Thanks! I'll see you again soon.